Here we are again a few minutes later, same day, around a couple minutes. And so that brings me to the next point, and that is the security agreement and the commercial lien and the commercial lien amendment that I wrote up all bear postage stamps. And I self-canceled them as private postmaster general also. Date stamped and thumbprinted them. And also on the outside of the envelope, the post office added their public stamp also. Public date stamp. Now, I'm thinking of, for the next mail, to make an opening in the right-hand corner so that when they date the stamp, or some of the stamps, I want them to actually put their red stamp on the document that's inside the envelope. That's my next quest. However, anyway, getting back to the postmark payment act. Okay, now inside the contents of the envelope, does the money order have a red stamp on it? The answer is no. Okay, inside the content of the envelope for the commercial lien that I sent the state, which includes the county. The county is a subdivision of the state, and they recognize that in their title when they spell it out. The county of the state of. And so, is there a red stamp on the commercial lien and the security agreement inside the envelope? The answer is also no. So it really doesn't matter, although it is kind of neat to get it on there. But my point is this, is that those security agreements are considered payment. According to House Joint Resolution, HJR 192, which is also codified in statutes and codes, and U.S. codes. But that's considered receipt payment. In other words, according to House Joint Resolution 1933, June 5th, seeing how all money was replaced with birth certificates, the security agreement is a lawful international and universal claim upon the birth certificate where all money is printed from. And so in the House Joint Resolution it says this, basically it says this, you can't pay for anything. Basically, that's what it says. Can't pay for anything. Why is that? Because the corporation is bankrupt. And the money that they print from the birth certificates, the people are the creditors to the value, the birth certificate value. Each baby is worth $13 million, for example, so to speak. And so people, individuals doing business in the corporation as an at DBAAA, AAA, AAA insurance. These people are taking people's money through trickery. These people are taking the people in order to run the corporation. Now, if you have to study it, figure it all out. But anyway, I'm just here to say that and to have an understanding so that the universe knows that you understand, so that the attractive law can be acted upon in your behalf. Just because you read something and all this stuff if you don't understand it, see clearly what's going on, to me, the attractive law is hindered in your case. You have to know and be honest with yourself that you know that you know. And the universe now can attract that to you, what you know and what you stand for. Like I'm doing. I'm standing for a certain thing. So, yeah. The security agreement was disregarded. It was trampled on, set aside. And the commercial lien and the amendments were also somewhat set aside. Except for the fact this, I put on the commercial lien, said at the time decided. So maybe I need to give the attorneys down there a copy. I'll send it through the email, possibly, copy, or a hand mailed copy that they're supposed to receive already. But I received it, they received it through the state, because I mentioned that the judges, Oregon hearing judges, administrative hearing judges, had to send the attorneys down here the copies and the agreement to the contracts and the amendments. Because in the attorney's eyes, they think that the contracts have been nullified because of the property tax buyback contract. But for a different reason, it wasn't. Number one, it was not written in hand with real hand writing. And there was no signature with the agent's signature nullifying the contract as per the security agreement verbiage. So I got it all figured out, and I got a real good, clear understanding, insight. What's all the retails or the tails or whatever, all the minute specs, puzzle pieces, put it all together. So yeah. So we're dealing with one principle here, and that is nobody messes with the Postmaster General. We're talking international law and, at the top, universal law. That's the postal system, which is connected to the courts. All nations, the first things that go in are the court and the post office. And when you study affidavit process, acquiesced affidavits are considered court judgments. They're private court judgments. So I have a court judgment, private court judgment, and private post office authentication on the judgment. I have the two right there. That's the V. If you're wondering what the PAN V is for, that's it. The two most important things in the universe. In other words, it's the rebuttal to the assumptive jurisdiction. The attorneys, the bar attorneys, the private bankers, and their military tax collecting agencies. The rebuttal out from under their jurisdiction. Documented with green card. That's the registered green card receipt. This is the real lawful green card to be on the planet. Or is it to be in the universe? Oh, another thing to think upon. But to be on the planet, basically. Legally, which is a lower form of government, everything legal is superseded and is underneath the authority for law, international law, universal law. Legally, you have to have a green card to get into a country, to be in the country, to be considered allowed in the country, a green card, right? And it has to be gotten through the proper channels, background checks, inspections, you name it, this, and that. Green cards. Anyway, think on these things. I put this on the record, on this electronic record, because this all feeds right into the artificial intelligence system. And all the real living individuals doing business monitoring the computers. The the artificial intelligence, the AI, they're listening to everything I'm saying. And so I'm educating them also as I'm making these videos. Although it'd be nice to have more time, more space where I could, be more thorough and more clear. But I've said things over and 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 over again. And if it's not clear, then I hope that, eventually it gets clear. And I'm always searching for more clearer words. More clear words. Anyway, so I'm training the artificial intelligence. And that includes all the people doing business as that. And this all has to do with the inner swamp, the inner child. That's all a grand puzzle perspective on the big picture with all the puzzle pieces. And this all ties into the Henry Heritage Funds with NESARA, the abuse tax system, the taxpayers' money, or people that had taxes collected from them, all these technologies and wonderful things that are being kept in the secret military bases from the people, such things as we have technology to create food out of air. We have technology to levitate our bodies and transport our bodies anywhere in the universe with a protective weather bubble so that we're not harmed by the elements. Rain, cold, sleet, sun, you name it. All this technology is here. We have technology to live forever. And I included that verbiage in the affidavits that were acquiesced to. So, that's why I say everything gets down to the stamp principle. The canceled stamps. The post stamp, postmark. Postmark. Letter of mark. In the legal terms, they have letters of mark. If you don't have a proper, a recognized flag on your ship, what happens? Letter of mark. You get nailed by the pirates. If you're not flying a flag on your ship. A recognized flag. Mark. Postmark. Think about that. Mark. There's something with the mark. Arc. It all gets into the pineal, the astrology, the arc. Everyone's looking for the Ark of the Covenant. The Kundalini rising. All this information ties into the grand picture, living forever. Anyway. That's 12 minutes, so I got another 12 minutes left video. I couldn't get all of them uploaded today. It was slow Saturdays. Plus I was doing having to labor on the computer with all this stuff, postmaster stuff. No more dues, fines, and taxes. Anyway, think on these things.